I'm your Matt. This is Killer Carl, and welcome to. Hey, me Matt here. This is Killer Kyle, and welcome to another episode of Wheels of Fury. And we talk of Saturday's FASTLANE.
Yes, sir. Oh, here we are again with another FASTLANE, and it's crazy to think that this is pretty much how it all started with us.
Oh, yeah. That's right, FASTLANE 2017. Holy shit. Yeah, except it was at that time in March,
Yeah,
where we are in October now. But yeah, that's fucking cool. Anyways, yeah, I mean, we just came off the heels of Payback, and obviously this is gonna be interesting. I mean, like I told Kyle, I probably said here, like, they can't just fart out a pay-per-view within a week, but they did it.
well, I mean, it's been, well, you had Payback,
Yeah.
then you went into No Mercy, then, yeah, AEW Wrestle Dream, but, like, you had some time in between Payback to now,
Yeah.
so,
I mean, this is gonna be a good show. I did watch the ups and downs for Raw, so I have to watch some of that. Probably skim through most of it,
yeah,
but it's looking to be a good show, like a good premium live event to go home. I'm not quite sure. Like I said, I have to watch the whole show.
right.
What did you think?
It seemed like it's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I will say that you've got, a couple of tag team matches that are of intrigue,
Oh yeah.
and just the way things turned out.
Right.
And like you said, Fastlane was initially in March, because you go Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, Fastlane, and then you go into WrestleMania. Now you go Rumble, Chamber, and then I don't think they did anything in March. Then you go into Mania.
Exactly. But there's some good matches on this card, obviously. And just watching Cultaholic an hour ago, they had some interesting things to say in their prediction video. So,
Right.
anyways, let's get rocking and rolling, strutting and strutting. Kind of a weird combination. But we have the WWE Tag Team titles.
Yes, the Judgment Day versus Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, once again, it's like we bring Jey Uso over to SmackDown. It's very cool. Yet, everyone is still pissed off that the Bloodline ruined their momentum, I guess. Like Kevin and... Well, Cody brought him back, basically, so... I think that's pretty cool. I mean, we need to see Jay in another light, away from the bloodline, away from his brother. So,
Right, yeah.
well, brothers, I guess, if you want to go there. But like, let's see what he can do as a face on Raw.
Right.
So, putting him with Cody, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Now, at the same time, do we want to see them as tag team champions? Because Cody, well, should still go for a singles title, but I'm not sure when that's gonna go. Jay, not sure. He's still doing his own thing right now.
Yes.
If they don't take the belts off the Judgment Day, then I'm not sure who can at this point. Because you can also have Sammy and Kevin have a rematch and, eventually take the titles. Hey, that would be a good idea, but
Yeah.
it just really bothers me that they still have 2 fucking titles! So, get rid of the blue and the red belts. We don't need them. Just one title. Or, well, 2 titles, but you know what I mean.
One set of tag titles.
Exactly. We should have been over that by now.
Yeah. I really feel like... Okay, I do see your point of Cody should still go for a singles title. But this being Jay's, well, return to Raw, if you will. Put his first, real solo run, singles run.
Yeah.
I really don't see Cody and Jay winning the tag titles.
Yeah, unfortunately, if they win, who's gonna take the straps off of them?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's the thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
The Viking Raiders are on a tear. Other than that, on Raw, I don't even know. Okay, you've got Gable and Otis, but that's basically it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you know what? I'm going to say the Judgment Day.
Yeah.
As much as I want to make a spoil for the main event, or if we even make that the main event,
Yeah.
I see the Judgment Day still retain the titles.
Match on this card.
Mm-hmm.
And here's where the interesting dynamic comes into play. So you've got John Cena and LA Knight.
Yeah!
Versus the Bloodline, Jimmy Uso, and Solo Sikoa. And, we all know how the story of the Bloodline has gone since the Rumble.
Yeah.
You got Sammy turning on Roman, hitting with a chair. They kicked him out. Then Sammy and Kevin got reunited and whatever. Yeah, and also Jimmy and Jay were both kind of down with the bloodline. They didn't want anything to do with Roman and whatever. Jimmy was out injured. Jay challenged for the title. Jimmy cost Jay the title. And then Jimmy and Jay were both kind of down with the bloodline. They didn't want anything to do with Roman and whatever. Jimmy was out injured. Jay challenged for the title. Jimmy cost Jay the title. And then Jay ended up going to Raw. Jimmy steered on SmackDown. Jimmy seemingly has gotten back in the good graces of Roman and the bloodline, I guess. And so there's that whole thing. But it's crazy to think how their careers have completely taken a turn in 2 totally different directions. there was a fork in the road, and one went this way, one went this way.
Yeah.
Coming in to WWE together as, faces, and they were, honoring their heritage and doing the whole Sea of Tau, their entrance and the bright colors and the painted face and whatever. Coming in with Tamina, I don't know why they didn't keep her with them, but anyways.
Mm.
And then they went from that to more of like what I believe is what when they came in, they're honoring their Samoan roots.
Yeah.
And then when they were doing, the little Uso Penitentiary and, Day One-ish, that was more of like their street roots or whatever.
Yeah.
Like they weren't really from the streets, but like that kind of.
Yeah.
Like you see a picture of Jimmy and Jay from years ago, and they're wearing like the burnt jerseys, do-rag, and it's like, okay, that's generally how they dress, how they look. And so when they went away from their paying homage to their Samoan heritage, and they just went to more like the regular outfits with the jackets and the pants and like more what you would expect a tag team to dress like. And then, doing the whole bloodline thing to then, them both leaving the bloodline to then Jay quitting, Jimmy basically getting back into the bloodline, Jay going to Raw, and just that whole evolution of Jimmy and Jay throughout the last 10 years or almost 10 years.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, wild.
And I mean, it's funny because I think the Isle of Samoa has a huge hip-hop population.
Probably.
I mean, you look at Jimmy and Jay with their whole get up, and then Rodney, who would always be in the back of the bus writing rhymes for, just what they used to do, right? Freestyle. And then, I mean, Rikishi
Yeah.
with Too Cool and all that stuff. I think that's pretty cool. And I mean, yeah, that's like you say, nothing lasts forever, and Usos are their own way, which I think is great. It's just, what?
You go your own way.
Go your own way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it's kind of like, let's see what they can do individually. I mean,
Yeah.
Jay can have a great singles career, and Jimmy is gonna be with Solo, so I mean his other brother.
Yeah.
So let's see how well that goes. And honestly, they're still young. I mean, they're not even 40 yet,
Yeah, exactly.
or they might even be 40, but still.
They're about 38, 39.
Yeah, so yeah, let's figure out what they can do. Let's see if Jay can. The Intercontinental title is on SmackDown,
Yeah.
so let's see if we can get that.
Right.
See if Jay can get the U.S. title. Like,
Right, yeah.
I can understand why they would never get the WWE or World title. At least not right now.
Yeah, not right now.
But we'll see what happens.
And like you look at the work that Jay did, doing the whole main event Jey Uso thing when Jimmy was out injured and Roman putting him in all these matches like main event and SmackDown and that. I think that gave Jay the confidence to, not only showcase what he could do on his own, but in the event that, it led to Jimmy and Jay splitting, Jay could, be comfortable a singles scenario and singles run.
Yeah.
And then I really think they kept Jimmy with the bloodline so he can help still mentor Solo
Right.
with Roman and also, go singles himself. I know we've talked about it. There was an interview that they did. It was either for WWE.com or something like
yeah.
that, where they were asked about, would there ever be a possibility of them, having a match against each other? And they were like, oh yeah, we'd love to have a match against each other. Maybe do it at a WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I don't know with Jay being on Raw and Jimmy being on SmackDown how you would integrate that, but you could.
Well, I mean, there's still time. I think that would be awesome. I mean, brother versus brother at WrestleMania is actually common.
Oh yeah.
Brett and Owen, Jeff and Matt. I think that's about it. I think Jimmy and Jay can put on a hell of a match.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens, WrestleMania is not till obviously next March or whatever, so April.
Next April, yeah.
So let's figure that out. I mean, it's gonna be a good build, I will say that.
Yeah.
So I mean, if as far as this match goes, yeah, it's hard to pick.
Yeah.
So, we've got the women's world title.
Right.
Got Io Shirai versus Asuka versus Charlotte Flair.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, exactly. When they had the match with Charlotte versus Bailey on SmackDown last week, I believe it was. Charlotte beat her, and then, Io and Bailey were beating up on Charlotte. And then Asuka came out for the save. I thought they were gonna do a tag match. Io and Bailey versus Asuka and Charlotte.
yeah.
And then Bailey got on the microphone and she's like, Asuka said something in Japanese, and Bailey was like, oh, you wanna get in on this match and make it a triple threat? Fine, let's do it. I was like, okay.
It's only a matter of time before Io turns around and decks Bailey. She's slowly becoming a face. And, I mean, having Bailey talk for her is kind of like, how long can you let that go?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens with that, because, you have obviously history between Asuka and Io.
Yes.
Obviously you have that whole thing with Asuka and Charlotte.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't see Asuka win the title.
No.
I don't want to see Charlotte win the title again, so...
Yeah.
You know what? I want to have Io with more momentum.
Yeah, for sure.
And I mean, when the time comes, have that match with Io and Bailey. Because right now, I don't know where this whole thing with Shotzi and Bailey went. I thought they were still feuding, but it doesn't seem to be like that right now.
Yeah, I don't know if that ran its course or like they're trying to build more of a character with Shanti, that kind of like twisted, demented character of like, Bailey, you cut my hair, so I'm gonna haunt you, and you never know when, you never know where I'm gonna be, and well, all this other, who knows? You've got the LWO versus Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits.
Yeah. And then it's funny, the quick turnaround,
Yeah.
because everybody loved the Street Profits.
Yes.
And they were like the guys with the red cups falling from the sky.
Mm-hmm.
And then Bobby Lashley came along, and then they wore the expensive suits. And I will say, when they did the beat down to, I believe it was Otis and Chad,
Right.
the crowd just went boo after boo after. It was just like a sea of boos.
Yeah.
So that really cemented those two as a heel take team.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was fun while it lasted. But to see the Street Profits in a new light, now whatever happens with Carmelo Hayes, because there was a rumor that he was going to join the,
This group.
yeah,
Because, like, there really isn't a name for it yet. It's not like, oh, this is the new Hurt Business, or this is, come up with another name for it. Right now it's just Bobby Lashley and Street Profits.
exactly. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on. And I mean, I think it's awesome. It was said a long time ago. I was watching one of my subscribers, and
Right.
it's like, it's always, they take somebody from ethnic background and they make them, like, say you're Japanese. Well, now you're a samurai.
Yeah.
Or now you're some kind of martial arts person.
Right.
Or if you're black, we're gonna make you, part of the streets. Or
Yeah.
we're gonna make you like a boxer type person. So, I mean, the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley, in my eyes, kind of broke that mold. Maybe.
Yeah, like, Bobby Lashley, when he came in, okay, former Army Ranger,
Yeah.
competed in wrestling in the Army and whatever else. When he came in, he was just your well-muscled, ass-kicking, fighting wrestler. He didn't have a gimmick. He just was who he was.
Yeah.
That's what, to me, benefited Lashley the most. Then they did that whole ridiculous storyline of, oh, my sister had a blanket she never parted ways with, and my sister did this, and this sister did that. Matt wanted to fuel up.
I did.
But,
Yes, I did. It was terrible.
yeah.
But once again, it's a storyline that was the shits.
Yeah.
And I don't know who came up with it. Kevin Dunn. I think that it would. Well, Bobby is at where he's at.
Yes.
He's not even 50 yet, and he still looks damn good.
Oh, God, yeah.
And I mean, it's one of those things too where it's like, he can still go. So having the Street Profits with them is, we'll see if they can add more people. And I keep saying there could be a certain woman that could join their faction. Stable, whatever you will.
I don't really want to see a group with Bobby Lashley get too big.
Right.
You're like, okay, you've got Bobby Lashley, you got the Street Profits. I don't really know if they would throw in Carmelo Hayes. Maybe if they do, that's fine. Say also throw in there Jade Cargill, fine. But like, let's not have it get too carried away.
Yeah, I know.
I wonder though if the Street Profits felt like they were getting stale.
Yeah. Well, I made a video yesterday talking about how Cedric Alexander was apparently fed up with his position in WWE.
Mm.
For some reason, he was told, talked into staying,
Right.
and then he gets his ass beat on Monday. But I
Yeah,
mean,
exactly.
yeah, you know, that was a good time. And I mean, Shelton Benjamin just got let go for some reason, so
Right, yeah.
there goes that. I don't know what they're gonna do. You
Yeah.
know, that's the thing. Now, LWO, another interesting point that was brought up at the Cultaholic prediction video
Yeah.
was apparently Santos was gonna turn, but then I guess that's when the Street Profits attacked them. So it wasn't Otis and Gable, it was the Street Profits that attacked the LWO. So yeah, I screwed up there.
Oh, right.
But yeah, I think Santos hasn't had a win against Rey Mysterio, so I'm not quite sure. Now there's also talks that if Cruz del Toro or Joaquin Waddle
Right.
can't be a part of the match, then they might bring in Dragon Lee.
Yeah, I could do that.
Either way, I see Bobby and the Street Profits win.
Yeah, if you're gonna have these guys be a legit, heel faction, if you will, yeah, let's keep the momentum rolling here.
Yeah.
Ooh, the World Heavyweight Championship match.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Last man standing.
Yeah. I will say I was disappointed because watching Simon Miller's ups and downs,
Right.
they showed a picture of Shinsuke holding up the title, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
And it's become common practice now or whatever. Routine.
It's all fucking taboo.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the thing. Shinsuke Nakamura. You know, it's not because he's Japanese, it's because he's from another promotion. It seems like he came from New Japan to NXT. Yes, he got the NXT title. Once he came to the main roster, he never got shit. He never got the WWE or the Universal title like he should have a long time ago.
Meh.
And so now it seems like, okay, so why can't he get a title, like, let's go to FASTLANE. Why can't he get the world title there?
Right.
Beat Seth. Now, the other thing, too, is that you got Damian Priest.
Yes.
So, in a way, it's like, why keep the tag titles when you can have Damian Priest go for the world title?
Yeah.
So, in that case, like, I honestly want to say Shinsuke Nakamura, but I'm almost leaning towards Seth Rollins.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel the same way. Like, Nakamura probably will get the title at some point.
Yeah.
It's just, I think they've almost counted their chickens before they hatched, so to speak.
Yeah.
With, again, a Nakamura beatdown of Seth and then Nakamura holding up the title, so. I mean, in the event that Nakamura should win on Saturday, it's like, okay, fine. Went that way. But more than likely, Seth will retain.
Yeah. I honestly don't want to see that. I mean, Nakamura deserves a title.
Yeah.
Finally.
Right.
Like, yeah, he was the Intercontinental and the U.S. champion, but why can't you give him the heavyweight title?
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know what you're afraid of. I mean, and then, yeah, you go with Damian Priest, maybe take the title from Seth, and then we'll see where that goes. Because, once again, they're saying the Judgment Day is going to implode. They're going to kick Damian Priest out. And then it's going to be JD McDonough as in the corner, so.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
So that's your FASTLANE. It's gonna be a good show.
Yes.
And I mean, I'm glad to see John Cena's back. Now, talking about the actors' strike
Yes.
that was going on, it's no longer an issue. Actors are back to work. So that probably means The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, is gonna go do his own thing now. I mean, if it happens that The Rock will face Roman at WrestleMania next year,
Right.
we'll see.
Yeah.
I'm glad John Cena's back. I mean, the guy still moves like he's 25,
Yeah.
so that's cool. And as far as Seth Rollins versus Shinsuke Nakamura, I mean, hey, I would love Shinsuke to win.
Yeah.
I just don't see it happening.
Right.
But if Damian Priest happens to cash in, maybe we'll see Damian versus Seth in a feud. Who fucking knows?
Yeah, exactly. And I think there was one benefit of both Cena and The Rock being still on good terms, you could say, with the WWE. With the whole strike going on, they had a way of, making a little bit of money.
Oh, yeah.
John Cena, wrestlers, make a few appearances, have a few matches, Rock make an appearance or two, and,
I think with the lineage of, the history of the Enowahi tribe, you look at Dwayne Johnson, and he's still got professional wrestling in his heart.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
So, it's a no-brainer when they go, hey, he goes, you want me to come back? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, that's cool. And that's the thing. Yeah, I won't talk about that here.
Meh.
But, anyways, this is going to be a good show. Bound for Glory is coming up.
Yep.
Whenever, so.
In like 2 weeks.
Yeah, so look forward to that.
October 21st.
And. Awesome.
And Halloween Havoc will be sometime within. Probably after Bound for Glory.
Right.
So.
Yeah. Anyways, so. For me, Matt, this is Killer Kyle. And you can't see us.
Anymore. So you know that them cutting WCW was a long time coming. I don't think that's the case at all. If you look at some of his earlier interviews,